Hello and a warm welcome to AD4 News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. I am Anne James. President Muhammadu Buhari has commended the National Assembly for ensuring detailed legislative review and passage of the 2020 budget within 2 months. President Buhari made a commendation when he signed the 2020 appropriation bill into law in the State House, Abuja. He particularly lauded the lawmakers for the patriotic zeal they adopted in the passage of the bill, saying that it has restored the nation's budget cycle to a predictable January to December fiscal year. He maintained that the bill, if passed, will support the funding and implementation of the 2020 budget. President Buhari also thanked the 9th National Assembly for supporting important legislations such as the Deep Offshore and Inland Basin Production Sharing Contract Amendment Act, as well as the 2019 Finance Bill.
The National Assembly worked uncommonly long hours in the interest of our people and the national economy to ensure detailed legislative review and passage of the budget within 2 months. This patriotic zeal adopted by the 9th National Assembly has restored our budget cycle to a predictable January to December fiscal year. Furthermore, in the 20 years since the return to civilian democracy, this will be just the first time that the federal budget was passed before the end of the previous year, and this is the earliest.
The Supreme Court on Wednesday affirmed the election of Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State. The Apex Court, in an unanimous judgment delivered by Justice Ejembi Eko in affirming Makinde's election, set aside the decision of the Court of Appeal, which earlier faulted the decision of the Oyo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. The Supreme Court said that the lower court, in its majority judgment, erred in law when it held the judgment of the tribunal was perverse. According to the Apex Court, the minority judgment of the Court of Appeal, which upheld the decision of the tribunal, was more sober. The Supreme Court accordingly set aside the majority judgment and upheld the judgment of the tribunal, which held the election of Makinde as governor of Oyo State. The governor of Nigeria's central bank, Godwin Emefiele, has regretted the present state of the country's oil palm industry and communicated the determination of the bank to change the situation. The Apex Bank boss noted that oil palm is a product with numerous value chain that can be used domestically or industrially. He regretted that in spite of this, the Nigeria palm oil industry was at a crossroad, as its added progress and contribution to the national economy is threatened by poor local production and frequent dependence on imports. Nigeria's Senate President Ahmed Lawan says Nigerians will decide on the passage or otherwise of the hate speech bill before the National Assembly. Lawan, who disclosed at a press briefing held in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, assured Nigerians that the hate speech bill will not be signed into law if citizens oppose the legislation. Responding to questions from journalists on his assessment of the hate speech bill that seeks to regulate the use of social media, the Senate President said the bill will not be passed without the conduct of a public hearing by the National Assembly. He declared that majority public opinion will be the sole determinant on whether or not the bill will be passed by lawmakers. You are still watching AD4 News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. More news when we return.
AD4 TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl-child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4 TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4 TV Radio.
Welcome back. The Federal Ministry of Education has been directed to organize a national summit on research and development within the second quarter of 2020. The directive was given by President Muhammadu Buhari at the convocation ceremony of the Alex Ekwueme Federal University in Ebonyi State, southeast Nigeria. President Buhari, who was represented by the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid, said that the summit would enhance research and development in the country and draw participants from the academia industry as well as top government functionaries. Financing action plans to combat terrorism ravaging ECOWAS member states has been listed as top agenda, among other matters to be discussed during the 83rd Ordinary Session of ECOWAS Council of Ministers. Kala Ankora, chairman of the council and Niger Republic's Minister of Foreign Affairs, made this known in Abuja at the opening of the ministerial session. Ankora said that the Council of Ministers will be considering the financing of the action plan for counter-terrorism in line with the decisions of the extraordinary ordinary summit of heads of states. The ECOWAS Commission President said that the 83rd Ordinary Session of the Council of Ministers would also remind the community on the urgency of the state's security issue. The year 2019 is almost coming to an end. The Yuletide is a season of sharing and merriment with friends, neighbors and loved ones. It is also a season where individuals patronize traders for their various needs. But it seems the high prices of commodities is discouraging potential buyers, resulting in many traders experiencing low sales. AD4 TV Radio went to the Utako market in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, to ascertain the prices of commodities.
The market, alhamdulillah, and also market you go come small before the Christmas why they pass before. So just now it don't change. Because of this government, you don't know what happened. Open that place why they say I'm now. Open that place why they say nobody reach 5 days. Environmental they come, they pursue the everything why they do. People why they there, they reach 300 people. Something why they scatter them for that place, they reach 100 million.
Actually, before the season, a bag of rice we are buying it 22,000, 21,000. But since this period now, like this rice you are looking at, I bought it 3 days ago. It's 25,500 naira now. Even the bag of gari we are buying before, we are buying the gari of gari 9,000 and now it's 12,000 naira in the bag. So what come down small is a beans, because harvest time. You can get a mood of beans now. There, where we are buying it, 400, 450. Now we sell 500 in the market.
Personally, for me, sales last year, this festive season was better than this year. So I think generally people are just complaining that there's no money. So even if you go to the bus stations, you would expect people to be traveling now, but sometimes their buses are not even full and they just have to wait. Some people just travel just like that without their buses being filled up. So it's everywhere. It's not just the market.
And that's it on AD4 News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's federal capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Like and subscribe to our YouTube page at AD4TV Radio. Follow us on our social media handles at AD4TV Radio on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Many thanks for watching. I am Anne James.